Anastasia, and today I'll be taking my $13 thrifted lamp find and turning it into a high-end dupe that could be worth hundreds of dollars. Let's get into it. I missed out on one of these standing lamps on Facebook Marketplace recently, but then ended up finding a similar one at Goodwill for just $12.99. I tested it and it worked, so I brought it home and started researching. Lamps like this one can get pretty pricey, like this one from Williams-Sonoma. It retails for $819 and comes in brass and bronze options. A similar one at Decor also sells for $819. I think this antique burnished brass look is so pretty. On the lower priced end of things, I did find a similar lamp at Target for $200, which is actually not a bad price compared to some of the others, but I'm going to show you how I duped my $13 lamp to look just like these high-end ones. Mine currently has a chrome finish and definitely needs a cleanup. It unfortunately has some rust spots, but mine won't be in an area that has moisture, so I think it will be okay. It has this cool feature where you can adjust the height just by moving it up and down like this. And you can also move the shade in any direction you need. Overall, I think this lamp is super cool and was definitely a good thrifting find, so I'm really excited to see how it turns out. These stickers are usually a challenge, so I'm using the heat method by using my blow dryer to heat up the underside to release the adhesive. I've seen lots of people try this method and it works, but it did not work too well for me. There was a lot of sticker goo left on there. I saw online that you can use oil, so I coated it with olive oil and let it sit, but that didn't really help too much either. Ultimately, it was a paper towel with water and dish soap that finally got it all off, thank goodness. Using that same paper towel, I'm just going over the entire thing to get off any dust or dirt. I will be spray painting this, so I'm taping off the inside because I'd like it to stay white. I saw online where you can use baking soda to remove minor rust, so I'm making a paste of baking soda and water, and then I'm going to let it sit on the rust spots. Afterwards, I wiped it with a steel wool pad, and while it was all a big mess, it did actually remove some of the rust. I cleaned off all the residue with a wet rag, then went in with a fine grit sandpaper and my sander to scuff up the surface of the metal. This is going to help the paint really adhere to the surface so it can last a very long time. You can also hand sand this, but it will just take you a bit longer. After wiping away the dust from sanding, I'm spraying it with this Rust-Oleum flat black spray paint. This is it after it dried, and honestly, I almost kept it like this. The black looks so good and sleek, so you could totally stop here and just put a clear coat on it and call it a day. But I just wanted to take it one step further, and I really have my heart set on that antique brass look. So to antique it, I would recommend using a liquid gilding paint like this one, or a product such as Rub and Buff Wax, but mine was actually completely painted shut. So for the sake of ease, I decided to just use this metallic gold spray paint that I had on hand. For this process, you have so many options on how to apply the gold. You can use a chip brush, a makeup brush, a sponge, or a cloth are some good options. I started out using paper towels and I eventually moved on to a rag, which I liked a bit better. The absolute key here to getting this antiqued look is to stipple it and/or rub in small circles. Overall, my technique was to rub it in circles and then afterwards go on top and stipple, and I really liked the way that came out. This technique is going to create that uneven burnished brass look. This is how it looks after the first coat. Keep in mind that you can stop whenever you're happy with it, but I wanted a fuller coverage with less black showing, so I ended up doing several coats. This is it after the second coat. And this is it after about 3.5 coats. That last half coat was really just me spot painting any areas that needed it. So now it's the next day. I let it dry overnight and I'm now spraying it with clear matte protective spray. Once that has dried, this is the final reveal. Thank you so much for watching. I truly hope you're as obsessed with this lamp as I am. Be sure to check out my channel for more content like this, and I'll see you next time.